Hello everyone, welcome to Pugs and Journals. My name is Natasha, and of course my co-owner is Pugsley the Pug, and we have been around for a little over a year and a half, and it has been such a fun ride. Little backstory about me: I have been journaling for 5 years, and when I say journaling, I mean like I've kind of like evolved on my journaling, how I do it. And I first started doing bullet journaling, and I got to art journaling, and then from there it just kind of grew. I opened my YouTube account last year, and I have such a good time or fun time just doing my videos, even though it can just be me watching the videos, but it's still fun. I like sitting here and chit-chatting. It feels like I'm talking to my friends while I'm doing this, and in the meanwhile I can show you like how I do stuff and what my little world is in here. It's obviously kind of chaotic and colorful. So with my journals, I always say that I do a smash up between an art journal, a memory keeping journal, which is kind of like scrapbooking, and an art journal. So there's always going to be some kind of art supplies used in my journals. Also, I switch my style up with my journals. Sometimes I do Amazon bag journals. This one happens to be a Golden Book journal. I upcycled. I just took a sticker sheet from this Patreon name. Her name's Jen, and she's with Painty Hands. So I love her artwork. She is I just love her. And I used her printable from a couple months ago as the cover. I just put it on sticker paper and put it on top of the Golden Book journal, book cover, which I don't even know what it was. And I put the glimmery, shimmery laminate on top. So that's how this is made. I am horrible at binding. In fact, I think I hot glued this thing down. I did. So the binding's all messed up. So I usually cover it up. So yeah, I cannot bind for the life of me. I don't know what it is. I am not the type of person who measures things. I am an impulsive, I guess, journaler. I probably made this at the last minute, and I just wanted to get it done so I can play in it. And yeah, so there's that. So I'm famous for like covering stuff up with ribbon and washi tape. Yeah, so I have the Frankenstein of journals. Just little bits and pieces of everything. So I make my journals out of trash. And what that means is I literally have a trash bin of scrap paper, magazine cutouts, not cutouts, but magazine sheets, printables from other people. Maybe I misprinted something and I use that as a sheet because it's going to be covered up anyway. It's going to be messed up anyway. So I come to the conclusion that I am not going to make my things fancy, pretty. Everything's just going to be me. Everything's going to be junky. Everything's going to be disorganized. You'll also notice I do not go in order of days. I just go as I flow. I flow as I go. And when you open up my journals, usually I have a little flippy flop right here that has a photo of me or my husband. I don't know. It's just like, ta-da, I'm here. It's my journal. And I decorated this with again, I did a printable with a sticker sheet of Jen's printable. And this is hers also. Like a lot of her artwork is in my journals. I have a lot of artists in my journal. And what I mean by artists are other Patreon ladies who I have looked up to for the last 3 years or so. I follow them. I look up to them, and you'll just see their artwork, which it influences me to do my artwork. So yeah, on the front page I have a flippy flop, and I do not like having straight edges, so you'll always see something sticking out. I didn't want to cut this, I don't usually, you see how that is? And sorry, my mind just went blank. And I have this is just a sticker, and I have a Patreon mail come in from Australia, and she sends all this fun stuff. So this is where I got this from. It shows the book belongs to me, and I was born to be creative. I'm trying so hard this year to be creative. I actually haven't bought anything really from anybody I'm on a very few Patreons now. I don't have a lot of stuff coming in, so I have been using what I have, and it's been fun. I go shopping in my own stuff. So this is what I mean by a memory journal. My husband and I went out, run errands. We found this little Chinese restaurant, and we really don't have a really good Chinese restaurant around us. And we found this place, and it was so good. It's a little like hole in the wall. And I took a photo of the food we ate, and then the fortune. And of course, I keep the fortunes. And this right here is what the napkin, I guess you consider they put the silverware in, whatever. It's kind of like a waxy texture. And I colored behind it, and this is from a Happy Mail from Jen, from probably a couple years ago. So you see, I do a lot of mark making, so you'll see a bunch of markers and colors. Some pages are, they cannot have any photos. It can just be like a collage of artwork I really like. Okay, so right here it says, your hard work will pay off Thursday, and I wrote down here, it says, I don't know what happened on Thursday. Because I don't know what kind of fortune says. Yeah, my hard work will pay off Thursday, and then I just noted myself, nothing really happened Thursday. And like, when I say like I don't do it in order, so I know like the composition journals are really popular right now, and I can't do that. My mind does not work like that. I can't do monthly journals. These are volumes. I do volume journals. So I made a mistake. I thought this was 4, but this is my new one, so this is volume 4, so this is 3. So I've only done 3 journals this year so far, which is fine with me. I've learned not to stress out. I cannot do the composition calendars, junk journals. I like my stuff to be different textures, different sizes and stuff. I just call my style my organized chaos. So, and on this page, this is when we went to IKEA, and for some reason they had like a meerkat doll display, so I took a photo of that and I cut it out. And then there was a display, it was like a living room display, but it had like a city background, so it looked like you were in the city. So I printed that out, and then I printed out my husband carrying out a trash can and a pan. That's all we purchased at IKEA. And I literally put the receipt here. I said we only bought a trash can and a plate and a bowl, which is probably the cheapest we've ever gotten out of IKEA with. I actually went in there to look for an art tray, not a tray, but a cart, and it's kind of expensive. So this is a piece of trash I probably had. I don't even know what this is. It's like I made a pocket out of it, and I have some stuff I need. This is from Jen. I'm telling you, she's all over. And then I have an ATC card and tucked in right here. This was and then I have a sticker, a paint splotch. This is a Sesame Street. And you know, sometimes I sew in my pages upside down, sideways. I'm telling you, that's me. Okay, so I have this postcard I received from somebody in a Happy Mail, and I just love the hedgehog and the strawberries. And there's Pugsley. You know, Pugsley's going to be in all my journals, which he is like, I guess you can say that's why I'm called Pugs and Journals, because there's a pug in my journal all the time. And there's Max, and he's sleeping. So I took a photo of him. He was curled up in my office sleeping, and Pugsley was, of course, sleeping. He's in deep thought, so he's thinking. And there's like a little bear right here. He's snoozing. And then I had this come in from somewhere, and I had this photo somewhere. This is from a camping trip, and the dogs were hot, so we put them in the stroller. We have a little doggy stroller for Pugsley, and Max wanted to get in there with him. So I just found this little thing, and I just did. You know, when I do my journals, I don't think about or plan anything. I don't even have material around me. It's a free-for-all with me. Yeah, so... Everybody's like, well, how do you start? I'm like, I don't start. I just jump in. So like I said, I'm probably literally just grabbing stuff out of my bin, which I have several of these. And with this, so if I do get any kind of Happy Mail or Patreon, I literally just throw it in the basket. I don't put everything down on one page. I spread it out through my journal. So if it makes sense on this page, okay. So for example, this is a Patreon person I have a Patreon with. Her name's Let's Go Gigi. Amazing. She's an amazing artist. And I had this, and so Pugsley, okay, she is looking at the hedgehog, or she can be looking at the dog sleeping. And then she has her little strawberry drink. She's chilling out, and a little hamster is yawning, and she wrote happy journaling. And this is actually, if you look, it's tissue paper. And I just drew some hearts on it with an acrylic marker. And there's my art card. So my stuff is not in order. I don't, like I said, I probably work on this thing maybe 2-3 times a week. If that, it's just what it is. It is what it is. So Gigi sent this in her Patreon, she sent a trinket shelf. And I'm not the type of person who follows trends. I don't know why. I'm just like off in my world. Always I'm off in my little corner of the internet. So when this was going around real big, I guess last year or whatever, I didn't do it, and then she had it in her Patreon mail, which was perfect because I at least did it. So that's fun. I have that in there. This page right here, I didn't want to put anything here. I don't know why. So I put a sticker from Junking with Sam, and I have these art cart stickers, which reminded me that I went to IKEA to go get an art cart, but they raised the prices like ridiculous. Everything is so expensive. It's just sad. Okay, I'm not going to go on a rant. This is about journaling. So on this page right here, I do currently little printouts. So what I'm reading, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, what I'm enjoying, and what I'm focusing on. Last night I was just kind of doing finishing touches, and I put this on there, just my artwork. And then I had this right here. This photo right here, I have a story. It says we went to drop off some things to donate. I took this photo because it will probably be torn down and we will lose all these huge pecan trees. Excuse me. We'll probably lose all these huge pecan trees. And yeah, so we're having a lot of development in our area. So there's a bunch of trees, and I took a photo of that. So you don't even I just take random photos of whatever. My husband, we share our Google photo account on our, Google thing. And he's like, why are you taking pictures of this? I'm like, because I have to document it. I have to document it. This printable is from Jenna Tilmiton. She is also someone that you will continuously see artwork in my journals. And I just did a photo of me and Pugsley because, Pugsley has his little head on my shoulders. And I thought that was cute. So I took a photo. And then just some artwork here, just that. And then I tore some paper. I'm always collaging. I don't cut my paper. If you ever watch my journal with me's on TikTok or YouTube, whatever, I'm always tearing paper. I'm never cutting paper. I do cut, but not a whole lot. So I took I like taking pictures of trees. So there's another random tree I just literally put a word tree on there and a frog. And yeah, I like taking pictures of unique trees, and we have so many unique trees where I live. I live in Texas, and I live near, I guess you can call it, I don't know what we are. I'm near Houston, but we have a lot of country, and there's this state park called Brazos Bend State Park, and they have these humongous mossy oaks, and they're like the ones that have the long moss. In fact, you're going to see something in my journal. So I have a little sticker that says always take the scenic route, and there's a little girl right here. This is from Raven Inc. She's also a Patreon person I've been following for probably 5 years. So that's her artwork. You'll see her. So that's Raven, and then yeah. So okay, so the story with this, I like telling my stories because my journals do have stories. I can come back and look at my life and wondering, what was in my head at the moment. And at this moment, we went out to eat for lunch one day, and I guess I got distracted, and I looked down at my French fry, and this French fry has been sitting here for, I guess, a long minute. And I put the lone forgotten French fry in honey mustard. So obvious, I just took a picture of a French fry and some honey mustard and made a little story oh, I have a poor little lonely French fry sticking out of the honey mustard. I'm such a goofball. And then my husband took me to the store or H-E-B to get ice cream, and I had this printable, and I literally just wrote, he took me to H-E-B to get some ice cream. That's what I put. And he doesn't buy me ice cream a whole lot, so I don't know. People are probably like wondering why I'm taking photos of whatever. Okay. Sorry, I had to take a break and my phone was dying. So on this page, this was a sticker from, or printables, and basically it was like something that's in your bag, like your contents of your bag. And I really don't have anything in my bags, honestly. I'm like, I don't even like carrying bags, so I just like the graphics of this, so I went ahead and just put that on there on the back of a printable paper. This is a story I was going to tell you about the mossy oak. So we went to Brazos Bend Park, and they had these alligator, they have so many alligators. I think we counted like 30 something alligators that day on our hike. And they have this in the ranger station of things not to do when you see an alligator, obviously, you know, the obvious stuff. And I grabbed some of the mossy oak off the tree, and I carried it in my pocket, and I put it in my journal, even though we go to this park all the time. Oh, there's a photo of an alligator. We saw a lot of alligators. It's like a famous, like one of the, everybody knows Brazos Bend State Park in Texas because of all the alligators. Here's a photo of Pugsley, and he's dreaming of the rolls from Texas Roadhouse, which are amazing. I would be dreaming of those rolls also. So I've just made a little story of Pugsley. He was just randomly sleeping one day, and I don't know why I had a picture of bread, but I just kind of put the story together here. And I did a little sheet, so I did a little page here, and I found a little thing on Instagram that says, my daughter forgot the word dandelion, so she described it as the one that explodes with wishes. And I like that one better. So yeah, dandelion, you know how they blow up with seeds and the wishes or whatever. So I'm like, that's a cute, even though my daughter's 22 years old now, but I thought that's still cute. And I must have had this just randomly somewhere, and I put it in my journal. It's just like a little cloth dolly. These tickets, I have these tickets everywhere. I have so many tickets. I don't know what to do with them. So I started making tabs on the end of my on my pages, just because I didn't know what to do with them. So this is just a printable from somebody, and there's a photo I got from Google Photos. I get, we call it memories, a lot on my Google Photos, and I just basically just save them and print them out, and I just print them out on just regular copy paper. I don't even like care what kind of paper it is, and I just glue it down, and I use some leftover paper to for the background, and I put a sticker that says hot mess because it was my son, and he most likely was a hot mess. I bought these staples. They're colored staples. They come in different, let's see, they have blue, they have green, they have purple, they have all these. So I heard someone say on one of their videos how, you know, just to add a little something in your journal. So I went ahead and purchased it because I was influenced about staples. And I really do agree. It kind of like, does kind of like give you a pizzazz on it. This was supposed to be here, it fell off. This is a postcard, so let's pretend that's there. So there's another photo memory I have from Google Photos where my husband and I were traveling, not traveling, but we got bored during COVID, and we just wanted to go drive around, and ended up like, I guess, near Galveston, and we had a picnic and stuff. So I found this memory, and I printed it and went to the water. So I found this Nautica paper here, and this is just some illustrations. I used the alcohol marker. I have my markers here where I just grab them and I just scribbled, and I put that on top of that. And then this is supposed to be coffee that's spilt, and she's looking at it, and I never did write anything in, so I just kind of like, yesterday I did this video, and the microphone wasn't working, so I kind of like went over everything. But yeah, so I just took literally the pen and just did this yesterday, and that was it. That's all I'm doing for this page, and this is just left over from the journals I make for my Patreon. And so this page is when Pugsley, I wasn't feeling very well, or I was tired or something, and he decided he wanted to cheer me up by standing on me like this. So I took a photo of Pugsley being not appropriate. And then I found some coffee, I guess tape, and then I have this illustration. So when, like I said, when I do my pages, I do try to give it some kind of story, so when I go back I can like remember certain things. Like this says he's trying to make mommy feel better, and then I have my coffee and stuff, and everything. This is a page from a old vintage book. And so there's that. This is a picture of my daughter when she was little, and she's rubbing mud over her leg for some reason. My daughter was a big tomboy, and so she's doing that. And this right here is random saltgrass napkin is from when my daughter is joining the police enforcement. She's going to go to police academy. She's going to Houston Police Academy, and we met her not recruiter, but her mentor there at Saltgrass at night just to ask questions, and he just goes over things about what to expect with her. So we don't feel so nervous now about her joining the police force, but we're actually pretty excited. So I just put that in here. And it has to do with my daughter, which the picture has nothing to do with the napkin. But I know the story because it's a napkin of salt. We never go to Saltgrass. So I had this like random piece of fabric right here. I just put it on here just to give it a little tag. And then this is just printables. There's some Hobonichi artwork. Just things that I really don't know. I keep saying this. I really don't know what I'm doing when I do my journals. I really don't. I've gotten really bad about that, where I have so many buckets full of stuff. And it's fun because, so there's Pugsley, and he has this little orange bandana we got from somewhere, and he was making a bunch of noise behind me in my office when I was working, and I turned around and he's like playing with this orange bandana. And this is when I was doing my Cherry Lane for my Patreon theme. So I apparently had an extra one of these, and I am so tired of my themes. When I get to the end of the month, I'm done with that month. Like I don't want to see anything from that month. So you don't see a lot of my Patreon stuff on here because I am so burnt out, and I'd rather my members enjoy the items I send because I'm tired of it. So you don't see a lot of my Patreon stuff in my books. This is a printout of someone's artwork, and I just glued it on here. And my husband, the story with this was I looked over and he's driving the car, and I noticed he was wearing a shirt that looks like something my dad would wear. So I put he is dressed like my dad, and he thought I was like weird. I'm like, it's weird too that you're turning into my dad. Here's Pugsley and me. This is a misprinted paper, so that's why it's kind of like got this thing right here. So something happened, which worked out fine. It doesn't matter. That's when we went out to eat and had a big baked potato, and we were going camping. We were taking our camper somewhere, and we stopped at this place in a little Texas town. And this is some artwork from somebody, I can't remember her name, but yeah, see the tickets, I have tickets all over because I'm tired of tickets. Still have tons of tickets. This stuff came from Happylicious, and this is from Gigi. So my Patreon stuff again is getting mixed up with other people's, and there's Pugsley hanging out watching TV. And then for some reason, this is what I mean when I do art journals. So I drew these flowers and I just colored them in just to do some kind of art. Like you'll see this and this is all me. So I literally just keep things around my desk where I just grab and I draw or scribble or scrabble. Another memory photo that I loved, and I love this picture since I've taken it. This is when my kids were little. That's my stepson, and I'm like taking a photo of them, and it looks like they're lined up to go to, I don't know, prison or something. My husband's like, I don't know what's going on in this photo, but it just cracks me up. So I finally printed it out to put it on here. And there's another photo of my daughter and my husband. They were standing alike. It was so cute. They were standing like each other, looking at the water. And she has a rubber boot. This is the same picture. So I must have printed up a bunch of stuff in the same time period, because this is the same photo or shoes she was wearing when she was rubbing mud all over her. And I used watercolors to do this, and I just did little squares and acrylics and stuff. And that's just collaging with leftover paper. And this is when the dogs were on top of me when it was storming, and so I just put during the storm, and Pugsley's protecting me. My Max is terrified of a storm, so he is always shaking and stuff. This Happy Mail, or this page, is from Angie's Paper Pantry. This was her first month of Patreon, so she did a Grease theme. And so this is a cutout of a magazine, and she sent this, and I had a car sticker, so I kind of like made a little piece of like art right here. And I always do flippy flops with my cards. I don't like gluing them down because I think it takes too much space. And you can always put stuff on the other side of them, so you can utilize all your your space on your page. And then I put a sticker right here, so there's that. You'll always see that. And then this is a one of the things she sent is a record, so I use that as, oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, it's right here. So this right here is just artwork, and then my daughter being silly with her eyes because she was being a clown, so I put a clown right here. And this right here is literally, I just grabbed these pastel, I don't know what they're called, they're like these crowns, and I just scribbled it on here. And I had these, I took my, I have a hole puncher, not a hole puncher, but like a punch that's a circle, and I just took it and I made these little circles out of that. Because I didn't want to cut the circles out. I wanted, you know, whatever. I'm lazy. Took lazy way out. This is from Jen from Painty Hands, and this is from Angie. And I used it to make a flippy flop, and I put the sticker here because I didn't know what else to do. I think this was actually an accident. I think it was sitting here, you know, originally, and I just glued this down not knowing. And then I'm like, oh, that works out cool. And then this is a flower that Mindy lace filled on our printables. And I'm just cutting stickers out right here. This mail right here, this page is from Let's Go Gigi Patreon. She did a dream month, so I did a lot of journaling. So I also write a lot in my journals, my thoughts and stuff. I don't just paste things down. I actually like sit there and I think about it. And this was about dreams I had, and this is just from Jen Painty Hands. And then the background, I we call it just tore the paper and pasted on there. This is like, it totally skips because then it goes back, like stuff is so out of order in my book. Because next we're at the beach, and this is when we took the kids to the beach, and my husband had no beard, and I thought that was weird, so I took a picture of it. And this page is just so much of scribbles and doodles, and I did a lot of flowers because I was inspired by Mindy Lacefield to do these flowers. I took a class, and she was just like, play with flowers. So I'm like, literally just this is what I was doing. And like that, I can just sit here and just doodle all over. And there's a picture of Pugsley laying down with me in the mornings for coffee. This is trash from Canva. I order postcards from there, and I get their, you know, I get the, obviously I get the bags, and I just pasted, I just tore it and just use a marker to just go around there just to give it a little color. Another flippy flop. And when I was doing the video yesterday and I didn't know it was, I had no sound, I was telling a story about, this is my son before he got deployed, and he came over to the house to say bye to, you know, the dog and stuff, and we went out to eat that dinner out that night for, I said it for the last time, but it's not the last time. We went to eat before he was being deployed, so that's what that photo is. This is a bookmark from Jen Painty Hands art, and I like that little bird she did, so I kind of like copied her just to do it, you know. I don't know, I had a blank space here, I'm like, oh, it looks so cute, so I want to do it. And it's okay to copy other people because I think that's how we learn. That's how we want. Look, see, I said I was going to take videos of my desk being clean, and there's like a big purple spot right here. You know, I just, yeah, so I there, yeah. And here is just a Cracker Barrel. They have these random like retro weird sodas, and I told my husband like we should start like drinking them and stuff, but they're so expensive. So I'm like, I'll just take a photo of it, and you know, that's it. And that's an alcohol marker, and this is from Crafty and Ashley, and this is from Mindy. And so I just kind of collage, and I didn't have to write a story because I can look back and remember like, oh yeah, there's those Cokes from Cracker Barrel. This day I was feeling really down, I remember, and I felt like I was getting lost in the crowd, and I wasn't making a difference and everything. So I found this word, I stand out, came to my mind for some reason, and I just kind of like copied the colors of these people because there's a bunch of people right here, and you get lost in the crowd. And then I just put my face right here, and I said, I do stand out. So it's important to remember that. Here is a photo of me. This is what I mean. This is a photo of me dressed up to go to a little craft fest meetup, which was probably 3 months prior. And I guess I've had this photo and I just went ahead and just pasted in finally, and I had some paper that was embossed, and just, yeah, so there's that. Someone sent me some embossed paper, which is pretty cool. So I guess because it was green and neutral and stuff, I decided to use it. I don't know. Some more stickers, and this lottery ticket, I was looking, it's from 2022. Where has this ticket been? Like, seriously, I don't even know where I found it. But yeah, 2022. Obviously, we did not win. Or I wouldn't be sitting here talking to a camera. No, I probably would still be talking and stuff. And so I just put that in there. I thought that was funny. That I had this thing's. I don't even know like where it was. And this is just a collaging with that's a sticker. One of my stickers I made, and then just random things. Sorry, so I just did a collage of that. This is a piece of paper I got 3 years ago, and I finally put it down. Sometimes you just need to put it down. You just need to get a glue stick and you need to put it on there. Sometimes I just don't want to take a whole page, but I was like, I need to get rid of this. This story right here is when my husband and I went to an all-you-can-eat sushi, which was a revolving event, like a thing that would go by your table and you just grab whatever. So he decided he was going to, for some reason, take a bite of wasabi, and I caught the photo perfectly when he decided. And I did the green dots on it because of the wasabi, and then I saved the chopstick cover, and I put this from the receipt of where we went to eat. So yeah, I had to document that. I had my camera out. I was ready. I'm like, I'm gonna take a photo of this man's face when he eats this. I mean, he's done it before, but I'm like, why are you doing this? And then of course I got the perfect photo. After that, we went to a Japanese, we call it a Japanese stationery store, and it had these cute like plushies, but it was so big, and I was just like so overwhelmed, and it was just so, I don't know, it was too stimulating. I couldn't stay in there very long, but I did take a photo of some bunny rabbits, and this is from Happy Mail right here. And then I guess this is one of the things I just decided, I was floating around, and I had this since Easter, so I just did this just to get rid of it. And it's just random photos of my husband and me when I had makeup on, when I used to wear makeup. No, I don't wear makeup, but yeah, so that's just some random photos. These are stickers that I like when you use your stickers, but you have like the trash afterwards. I just put that there, and this is some candy. I was having a bad day. I just was not having it 1 week, and I told my husband to take me to Five Below, which I never go to Five Below. I don't know why. Five Below just irritates me. It's just so much, and I don't know. Ours is like so like cluttered, and the music's so loud, and I'm just like, I just want to. But that day, I'm like, because I know I want candy, and I wanted a blind box, and I didn't know which one I wanted, so I got a Gremlins one. I'm probably the only person who got a Gremlins blind box, but yeah, so I got that, and I was happy after that. And then I had this candy, and then some nerd clusters, which are so good. This is from the sushi place. I didn't have any room to put it over here, or wherever, so my husband for some reason got a sweet pie at Burger King, and I saved it. And I just decided, since I had nowhere to put that, I'm just going to stick it on there and staple it. And you see how this is an envelope from a sticker from Sticky envelope. And I saved our envelopes, and this is what became of the envelope. Tracing paper when I was practicing calligraphy. This little squirrel is a baby squirrel who hangs out in our front window, teasing the dogs. We have some evil squirrels. And that's just that. Oh yeah, so this is a continuation of, where is it? Where it's like way up here. It's a continuation from that dream thing I was showing you. So anyway, I don't know where it went. But yeah, so I had that dream Happy Meal from Let's Go Gigi, and for some reason I put it here also. So like it's totally different places in my journal, not even in order. So I did some more journaling here of my dreams and everything, and just kind of collage, because that's from Painty Hands, that's from Gigi, that's from Mindy, and this is just, you know, from some other artists. So I made a little like art collage, and then she made this right here, and I had this from Mindy, and that's from Susanna, and then I had some more journaling. And that's that. And then I had, this is supposed to be an envelope, but I didn't glue it properly, so it's just okay. So yeah, this is from a Angie's paper pantry. She sent this bingo card, and I don't usually use these type of photos in my journal, where I don't know, it's other people. It just kind of freaks me out. But I put it on here because I don't know why. I think I was cleaning out something, and this is just also from Angie's, I think this was from her first month Patreon. So I just put that on because I like I said, I like the look of different sizes and different things. This is a binding from a book I'm currently working on for a journal. I don't know how it's going to end up, but I took the binding off. I thought this was pretty cool, so I just attached it to this page. And my husband sent me this text saying, running behind, got hit with a bunch of moose right at 7, walking out now. So I had to screenshot that because that's hilarious. I was like, what are you talking about, moose? Just some art or some collaging with some stickers and printables. I was just like wrote a note to myself because I was watching an 80s movie and they're playing a saxophone, and I literally wrote, why do they play the saxophone so much in the 80s? I was either watching Lost Boys or St. Elmo's Fire. I don't remember. There's a saxophone. I'm like, I don't know what it is about the 80s and the saxophones. So I just put a little artwork here. This is a page. Actually, I put 2 signatures in this one. More picture of the stationery shop we went to, and a postcard from Post Crossings. This is just a Pugsley photo, and this is a printout of something I saw people doing, and I went ahead and did it. It's just me. I wish I looked that good, but I don't look that good. Another ticket tab. This was a printable, and I colored it, and the little doll. And this is another little thingy I printed out with my, it's like your license to where you live. I live in Richmond, and it has like all the information about Richmond. So yeah, there's that. My life matters. And this is when my husband was getting his heart checkup, because he had heart surgery a few years back, and I took a photo. I always take a photo of him, and I put it in my journals. So he's good. His heart's good for this year. So hopefully he stays up. This is a picture of me yesterday. Just kind of like found this kitty cat stuff. So I just pasted random cat stuff and did some stars with an acrylic marker. Another memory photo from Google Photos of us going to visit my mom's farm, and some chickens and ducks and all that stuff. And I was trying to come up with a story with this, and this is a story with Pugsley and I are in jail clothes because Pugsley was trying to steal a piece of pizza. And if you guys, one of the polls for his story adventure was his first experience with pizza. So this is him getting in trouble because he took my last piece of pizza. So that's that story. Here's some stickers. I just wanted to collage in different ways. My husband took a photo. I looked over and looked at his hair, and it was crazy. So I did a crazy hair day photo of my husband, and I was like, you need a haircut. This is from the Burger King place. We went one day, and they had the Mandalorian crown for Burger King. So I grabbed that and put that as an edge. This is an art project we did with my Patreon for the lemon month, and I found all these lemon thingy-majiggies and my little frogs. So I made like a little lemon house. And you can see how I have the cutouts hanging off the edges. This is a Pugsley with my chair. Also another story adventure for 1 month my members voted for was him. We literally fight over this stupid chair. Like this chair I'm sitting on, and the minute I get up, he gets on it. So it's so annoying. So I took a photo of him. And to do. I did a sticker that says to do, and it says trying to keep Pugsley at my chair. And this is just a collage of just printables and stickers right here. And yeah, see how my pictures, when I bind it, it was upside down. Oh, whatever. An ATC card I found, and I just staple everything in here. I don't have a special spot for ATC cards. I just plop them in journals. This to share the artwork. This is something that I worked on, and I made a flippy flop. It's a little Alice in Wonderland. Didn't do much on this page, but on this page I did a lot. My husband and I went to a Mexican restaurant, and we tried out this new restaurant, and I accidentally printed the photos on photo paper, and I'm like, this is so pretty. Like earlier I was like, oh, this is just printer paper, but like I did this, and I'm like, I might have to do this each time for my photos, but I don't think that's going to happen. This is a coaster that was on the table, and of course some more tickets, so I just attached it to that. Just some art stickers here. This is from Angie's tropical theme she had on her Patreon, so I made like a little tuck-in spot for it. And it looks like these are some colors, neo colors I bought, and I just used the packaging just to make that. Random film, don't know where it came from. Pugsley, oh see, look, pizza. It's his first time eating pizza. And the same with a Happy Mail from Daisy's Mailing Company. And Angie's, this is supposed to be like, okay, oh no, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, so I use a record again for a tab on that, and just like it's a wish list, and I just did the different colors, alternating with my markers. This is some candy or some cookies or something that a family gave me. I was watching their kids, and they bought me some Japanese candy. That was so good. They're like wafers with white chocolate. I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, they're about to expire. I'm giving them to you. I'm like, don't worry. These things will be eaten. I don't care. Some art stuff. It's like an art packaging. I made these out of the paint chips from Lowe's and stuff. Someone sent me a bunch of these. So I made like these little cards and just stapled them at the edge. This is something that I got like 2 years ago, and I finally put it in my journal. There's Pugsley wearing a curtain as a hat. He like sits there and he has a thing on there. I didn't fill this out. It was a current piece of paper, so I didn't fill it out. I made a flippy flop because I thought, I don't know, I just threw this together one day. I was just cleaning out my stuff, and I was like, kind of like a puzzle. So I was like, this really came out cute. This is not me. This is not like something I would usually do. But like I said, I do flippy flops because I like to utilize all the spots in my journal. And I put a picture of my daughter when she was serving someone, and she had a weird face. And yeah, so there's Pugsley in a book I'm reading. You know, I had like a little book with glasses on it, a little sticker. This is just a collage of stuff that I thought was cute. Oh yeah, this is a little bunny that was from Easter, and he found his home right here. This is a Sweet and Low pack, but it's called Wee Cow, like W-E-E, Wee Cow, like wee calorie. I thought that was cute. Here's Pugsley wearing his cowboy hat, and just some random collaging with some Happy Mail that I was just pulling stuff out. And this is money. Like I get a bunch of that money stuff, like the Monopoly money, so I use that for backing, and just collaging with trash I had. This is from a subscription I am with Susanna. That's a sticker, and this is from Portugal, so I get Happy Mail from her. I have a random we call a postcard right here. I think that's from, I don't know where that's from. This is when my son is now deployed, like I mentioned earlier. He's in Europe, and this boy is like living it up right now. He's going exploring all of Europe, so he's sending me these photos, and he's happy where he's at right now, so we're proud of that. We're glad. This came from Angie's Happy Mail again. So this was her, I think it's still the Greece theme. I think it's the same theme that was up here. I just was using the rest of her stuff. So I collaged a lot of her stuff, or I cut this out. I don't know. I did just an art page, and I used my paint brushes I got from Five Below. This is the packaging, so I used that as an edge, and just did some collaging with our stuff. This is my husband and I. We went to Galveston. Oh my dogs. I don't know, something's outside. This is when we went to Galveston, so we took some photos of us. We always take a photo at the same place, and my new journal I started has the same photo. So yeah, I printed it twice. And I just did a summer page, which is fun. And then we got some weird food. Well, it's not weird. We got like this thing called like trash nachos or redneck nachos or white, I don't know. It was a place called Doc Holiday. So it was like a steakhouse and stuff. And it was a really cool like atmosphere. Like they had all these like, we call them like cow skulls and everything. And the sticker I found came from Arts Bits or Nancy. So I found that. I thought that went with that. This is my husband being a ham. He loves taking photos, or me taking photos of him. And I had to put, I don't know, this yellow, I don't know. I just put a UFO right there. So that's the place we went to have dinner that one day in Galveston. First time taste of pizza, another a pizza photo for Pugsley. Here he is eating his first piece of pizza, and he is crazy. I actually did this on my TikTok. I did like a quick little journal video on TikTok. So, you know, it shows me making this page, and my dogs were looking out the window, and they were giving me a, yeah. So I did this photo. I was like, okay, make me look like I'm in my 20s. And I'm like, I wish I looked like this in my 20s. My hair was beautiful. And my husband's teeth is all white and stuff. I'm like, thank you, Google, for making me look beautiful. These are QR codes left over from my my Patreon for last month. They're a link to a YouTube live of the outdoors and stuff, because my theme was lightning bugs and the summer fields and all that stuff. So I had leftover QR code paper, so I just used that as a background. And this is from Angie's also. Here's another photo. I did this one too on TikTok. This is just random things. That's from Let's Go Gigi. I have had this forever. There's a photo that Google made me as Pugsley as a watercolor. And I use acrylic markers to draw these little guys right here, and just some doodles and colored pencils. And I just sat down and made myself do something. And this is a bookmark I made 5 years ago. Seriously. And I finally just put it in my tab. And I think that's it. This is some sticker paper. I don't completely finish my journals. I don't know why. I get to the last 5 pages or so, and I'm like, I'm done. So now we're gonna start this one. This is the first page. I did a TikTok little video of me making this page right here. So that's from Gigi, from her last month's Patreon. So let me see, did I do anything else? Yeah, I did this one. I was at Lowe's one day, and you know how they have the cameras at the Lowe's checkout. I saw my hair. I'm like, is my hair really like that? So I took a photo. I'm like, yep, I see it's getting gray. But yeah, this is jelly I got at Cracker Barrel. So this is the one I'm starting right now. So this is a tag I made, right? And there's me again. So this is the one we're going to start, and this is the one that I just finished. So you can see, I don't know, this one's going to be, look at that. That's crazy. But anyway, I think that's it. I appreciate you watching. If you watched all of it, I feel like I'm hanging out with my friends, talking to somebody. So if you made it all the way to the end of my craziness, leave a comment, say hi. I really appreciate. I know if you see all the people looking at my videos, it's probably just me looking at my videos. But I appreciate it if you hung out with me today. Alrighty guys, stay creative. Bye.